Good evening, everyone. I'm Sanjay Sharma, and I am the founder of iFinance. And in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to talk you through in a nutshell, the journey that we have seen over the last 9 years and what we have achieved in terms of impact in our markets. The problem that we started with to solve was that for micro enterprises, which are the huge contributor to the Indian economy, and we know that there are 63 million or more micro enterprise owners. They generate more than 100 million jobs, and being the largest contributor to jobs after agriculture is an important sector and contributes substantially to the economy. And yet, this has not been addressed in terms of its financial needs. And most of these enterprises, these 63 million enterprises, typically have no funding from banks or from NBFCs. So this is the problem that we addressed on, and this is a large problem. There are $500 billion worth of gap in this segment. And I think this is the segment that iFinance addresses, this 63 million, which is called the micro enterprise segment, and very different from the segments which you see where people have GST returns, etc. This segment is unorganized and to a large extent has very little documentation. Some ideas of what sort of customers are there. So there could be a small sewing or piece rate manufacturer in a small town or in a metro. So the challenge here primarily that we addressed was that this segment has very little documentation. You will not find typical documentation that a bank or a finance company needs. They don't have a prior credit history, so often that is a big support that if someone has a credit history, we can lend to them. They have bank statements, but bank statements typically have very little transaction because they do business in cash. And finally, they have low-tech adoption, so you won't find them coming onto platforms or digital marketplaces, not even on social platforms. Now, in this, against this challenge, we have solved for how to underwrite this segment using various methods, and in very simple terms, we have looked at a cluster-based approach. Each type of business has certain tells or marks or markers that tell you how exactly do they generate the sales, what level of sales do they generate, and what sort of margins do they have. We apply that, we enrich that data using other parameters like the demography, supply chain data, etc. And using this, we come out with an analytical score which helps us underwrite. So in very simple terms, we have used non-financial data primarily to help underwrite. A lot of machine learning algorithms support our work here, and while there's no rocket science behind propensity to pay or propensity to buy models, we have been using these models for I think more than six or 7 years, even before COVID came in, and right through COVID, these models have worked exceptionally well for us. And I think this is one of the foundations of a quicker and a low-cost decision making. Overall, based on this and based on the 9 years of work that we have done, we have enabled the financial inclusion of more than 7 lakh micro enterprise owners. We have disbursed over 9,200 crores in this segment, which at one time was felt that this is a difficult segment, very difficult to make a business out of it. We have today 395 branches across 22 states in India. Our outstanding principal is about 3,500 crores. We service more than 150 types of businesses or clusters. And surprisingly, our gross NPA still is around 2.5%. And I think that thought that, that this segment is going to bleed and is going to create a huge amount of bad debts is something that we have proven wrong. In this journey, we have been recognized over the 9 years on various platforms, and I think these are some of the awards that we have won. So I think overall, it's been a phenomenal journey. We have created value for our stakeholders, and in any startup business, it's very important to make sure that each stakeholder, whether it's a customer, whether it's your employee, whether it's your investor or society, we contribute something into that and create some value, which then generates value for the organization. Very quickly, on the customer side, we have a net promoter score of 88%, which is quite high. When we speak to our customers, 99% of our customers say they are happy with what we are delivering to them. On employees, we are one of the great places to work. We are ranked as the #1 organization in BFSI sector. When you look at investors, we have some of the leading investors, and we deliver good rate of growth along with a good rate of return in terms of return on equity. On the society, we have a lot of work that we have done besides giving them financial support, working on how to help them improve the quality of what they produce, helping them in terms of how they can market their products better. And I think there's some names there which will tell you that, how our contribution to society also has been quite impactful. I think that's about it, and thank you very much.